She was pregnant. Was she? She was pregnant.
I still don't believe that she was though.
I believe her.
What was the evidence?
She was big. She was
Still the same size.
Hey!
2 hours
3 hours later!
Just seeing this face.
Oh my god.
That she came in with her mom. Because I was planning to give her woto, so that her shoe will shake.
Yeah, and he's so it's the seriousness for me. He's so serious. Like he's practiced this for 7 weeks and he's not about to miss a step.
Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems as though with every episode of this season of the Real Housewives of Lagos, I get to fall in love more with the personalities of the cast members. Their conversations, their reactions, their actions are becoming more relatable, and I am guessing it boils down to the fact that production is making more effort to share more details about their personal lives. Yes, and I think that's one of the magic of reality TV. Yes, the more you know about the cast members, the more you are able to relate with whatever they do on the show. And I feel like I'm beginning to, dance into that space, and it's making the show more exciting and entertaining for me, unlike the first season that was more of bass, action, fight. I feel like this time around production is successfully taking me on a journey through the actual lives of these women, and they are becoming more relatable. And I must confess, this particular episode stands to be one of my favorite episodes yet. Yes, I'm not going to say it's my all-time favorite because more episodes are coming, so I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed and wait till I see everything, and then I'm gonna rate if this one stands to be my favorite. But I thoroughly enjoyed watching this particular episode. It was very entertaining, very revealing, very eye-opening, and overall a rich experience. However, there were 1 or 2 things that happened. No, okay, maybe not just 1 or 2 things, but there were a lot of things that actually happened that I cannot wait to spill to all of you. So as usual, we're going to dive into the analysis of this particular episode 3 of the Real Housewives of Lagos. So please make sure you watch to the end of this video. If you're yet to watch the show, run onto Showmax, catch up with all the episodes that has been aired already. All right, and as usual, I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below as I share mine with you as well. All right, and you are all specially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the T. Quick announcement, guys. Tomorrow is Saturday. You know what happens on here. We're going to be converging here for our Saturday YouTube live conversation. Yes, so please make it a date with us. Do not miss out. There's a lot to talk about. Now, quickly, let's proceed with the details of this conversation. So this episode opens up with Faith and her very good friend, Dr. Rommel, meeting up for dance lessons. And guys, it was so, oh my God, it was so hilarious. I was just laughing all through.
This is getting started.
See, you see that Dr. Romeo, yeah? I think he's the best thing that happened to the show this season. I am super elated about his addition to the cast members, yes, because he's such a bundle of joy. Everybody keeps using the word, he's so cute. Guys, I think he's cute. I think he's adorable. I think he's just lovable. He's just likable, although I see a lot of drama coming from his corner. I see him to be, a bit of an instigator in as much as he spreads love and light. And I am loving it. I mean, he's the spice, that different blend of spice that the show needed this season. And the fact that he's also a male character, guys, I just totally love, the newness of it all. It's such a breath of fresh air. And so watching him dance with Faith, also noticing the height difference. Oh my God, guys, it was... It was so hilarious. It was so hilarious. And I totally love their friendship. Yes, I love their friendship. And you can tell that these 2 people, they're very, very different people. Yes. So Faith was expressing to him that she was quite impressed with how Toyin chose to be the bigger person to go ahead to apologize to Chioma at her event. And she was just gushing over how gracefully Toyin pulled that off like a queen. And Dr. Romel also was talking about his first impression about Tanya. And God, the way he was going on about it, guys, you could tell that, this man, you're gonna definitely bring drama to the show, yeah. And he kind of gave his reasons. According to him, he was asking for her name and he did not hear her name. So the way she responded the second time he asked, it came off a bit, you know, in your face type of situation, and he did not really like it. Yes, so he felt like she was not being friendly at all. But I love the excuse that Faith gave on her behalf that, listen, this is her first time. She's going to definitely warm up to you. And I totally agree with Faith, because that's the thing about meeting new people. Yes, you don't just warm up to people you meet for the first time, except for certain circumstances. Yeah, so I think Tanya was in a right, you know, not to open up completely to Dr. Romel on their first meet. But I'm very positive that they would definitely, you know, flow well. Already she said a lot of nice things about him in her confessional. So Dr. Romel should calm down and enjoy the process of making new friends. Next scene was Tanya sharing the experience of her first meet with the women to her manager. And our manager found it quite amusing that, you know, Tanya just met with these women and already there were stray bullets, according to how Tanya put it. From what Tanya had said, it was very obvious that she has still not gotten over Iyabo's first attack, you know, of referring to her as the one person that reminded her of Caroline. Yes, guys, even me, I found that to be quite strange and kind of rude. Yes, I mean, it's something that Iyabo could have easily shared with the other ladies that she was close to in the group, but then she chose to throw that jab in Tanya's face. And I feel like Tanya was quite gracious enough to not have reacted, you know, and I think she actually did the right thing to just maintain her cool, because she would have been labeled aggressive if she had actually reacted at that point in time. And then she had also talked about her surprise at meeting a different Laura. Yeah, so apparently she had conversations about Laura's personality with her manager, and she was already bracing herself, you know, to meet the old Laura, you know, the Laura with the attitude, the Laura with the negative vibes. But according to her, she was quite shocked that Laura was the one person that really came off really different, that her vibes was really cool, you know, she was really friendly, very, very sweet. And as a matter of fact, she actually really likes Laura. And guys, I just could not help but also agree with Tanya, because guys, I've been saying this from the very first episode that the Laura that we are getting this season, oh my God, guys, I am really shocked. I'm still very shocked. Even up until this third episode, a part of my brain keeps on expecting some sort of crazy reaction, you know, from Laura. I keep on expecting to see a glimpse of the old Laura, but Laura still keeps coming with the positive vibes, you know, the girl that just wants to enjoy her time on the show, make new friends, enjoy the friends that she's got in the group, and just sit back, relax, sip her wine, and watch the drama unfold. And guys, I am loving this Laura. Laura is a breath of fresh air this season. In fact, guys, I admit, I love Laura. I love the Laura I'm seeing this season. Although I don't know if we're going to see the crazy Laura in subsequent episodes, but is it this Laura I am seeing so far? Hey, I can't just stop gushing over how more beautiful she looks, how more put together she looks, and how more entertaining she is. I look forward to her confessionals. I was about to say her diary sessions, but I look forward to seeing more of her confessionals, because she's very, very guys, I just love this new Laura. Still in that same conversation, Tanya also expressed the fact that she feels like there's going to be sparks flying very soon. There's going to be some basketballs flying very soon. Now, for now, you know, because they're just meeting for the first time, all the ladies are looking like everybody's singing Kumbaya. And guys, frankly speaking, I totally agree with Tanya. I have a strong feeling that the drama is going to escalate very soon, as it's typical of these women, you know, to get out of character once in a while. I cannot wait to see how that one unfolds. Now, this next scene kind of almost got me emotional. Okay, I think it actually got me my feelings, yes. And it wasn't a negative feeling. It got me all mushy and kind of happy, you know, for Iyabo Ojo. So it was between Iyabo Ojo and her daughter Priscilla. Priscilla was just going on and on, you know, teasing her about her newfound love relationship with Paul O. And from the way Iyabo Ojo was just smiling and gushing and blushing, you can tell that she's really smitten by this man. You know, she's really happy with this person. And the fact that her daughter too was quite happy about this new development in their lives, guys, I don't know, it just kind of made me happy. Their joy was just very, very infectious. Also, the fact that Paulo's son and even the daughter too, as we saw in the previous episode, is quite in agreement with this relationship, guys. See, let me tell you something. I'm not a single parent, never been married, don't have a child of my own, but if there's one thing I have noticed from women who are single parents, or even men as well, it's that there's always that joy that comes with meeting someone, you know, after going through your first phase in life. First phase meaning your first relationship that did not really work out, that probably went south. Yes, you know, the moment you meet a new person that totally aligns with your life, with your belief, and your kids and your family also welcome that person, guys. Trust me, it's like you've hit a jackpot, you know. So listening to that family going over and over this newfound relationship in their lives, guys, it was such a beautiful moment to watch. And at that moment, I was just thanking production and Iyabo Ojo and the family, of course, you know, for allowing us experience that part of their life, because this is what the show is also all about. The show is not all about fighting and quarreling and bickering all the time. You know, we should also get to see these women in their happy moment, also get to experience all levels of their emotions with them. And I'm really happy that the show this season is actually giving all of that and more. But anyways, quickly moving on. The next scene was equally emotional for me and also very entertaining. Yes, I mean, we're talking about Toyin here.
The only thing this neck brace is gonna do to me is spoil my swag, and I'm not gonna let it. Look at it right now. Can you see this? Can you see this? Does this look like a neck brace? No.
Gangsta.
This neck brace ain't got nothing on me.
Love it. You know, she has a way with conversations and she just makes you laugh. She just makes you laugh. So she had gone for her doctor's consultation with her husband, and it happens that she actually has a lot of health complications. And guys, just like I tweeted, I must admit, Toyin is quite strong. She's quite brave, because the many things the doctor was just listing out, you know, that was wrong with her, guys. I was just looking at this woman, I'm like, and you're running all these businesses? You're doing all what you're doing? And you're still so, you know, full of life. You're so fun-loving, you're so shady, because we can't take away the fact that she's shady. You're so shady, you're so quick-witted. Guys, frankly speaking, I was just very impressed, and I just could not help but just say a silent prayer for her in my heart that whatever it is that she's dealing with, that she overcomes it. Because guys, at some point, the doctor even said that she needed neck braces. I guess that's what it's called, you know, to help support her neck, otherwise it will get paralyzed or something. And she had joked about turning it into a fashion piece, which she actually did, because that was exactly what she was wearing during her confessionals. And guys, it now made me start thinking back to all the fashion pieces that she's rocked, you know, this entire season. That's from episode 1. For real, I was so impressed. I was so impressed. You know, the fact that she's going through all what she's going through and she's able to bring the fun-loving part of her, you know, to TV. That's something quite commendable. Yes. This next scene literally made up the narrative, you know, the conversation of this particular episode. Yes, I totally loved the way production captured the two conversations happening between the two groups, you know, of these women wherever they had met. Now, there was Chioma that had called for a meeting with Laura, and also Tanya, you know, to mend fences with Laura wherever they had issues. Although in the course of their conversation, I did not really hear anything specific that they were actually resolving, because Laura was just busy sipping a wine and just enjoying the moment. Yes, but Chioma had quite a lot of things to say about Toyin. And hey God, guys, see, there's gonna be another fight. I'm not praying for it to happen, but from the things Chioma said to Laura about Toyin, no. See, if there's no fight again between those two people during their reunion, it will be that God decided to cancel it. Because Chioma said a lot. And in a way, I kind of felt like it was quite insensitive, some of the things that she said. But before we get into it, let's talk about the other conversation that was happening. There was Toyin, there was Mariam, And then there was also Faith. Yes, there was the introduction that Mariam had done between Faith and Toyin, you know, to meet up. Remember when Faith was first introduced to the group by Laura, Toyin was not there. She had traveled to, I think, Warri or is it Port Harcourt for a show. Yes. So guys, these two conversations were happening in sync. And the cameras were just capturing this one happening and that one happening. Toyin had her own perception about Chioma, which I'm going to share in a bit. But guys, the things that Chioma said, nah. Let's dive into it. First off, I totally agree with Chioma. You know, when she explained that she does not entertain people dictating to her how she resolves issues with people or how she carries on with her friendships or relationships with people. You know, she and Laura are grown adults, and at their own time, they would have their sit down, have their conversation and resolve any differences that they have between them, which was exactly what they were doing at that point in time. Then, about her reconciliation with Toyin, she said she felt like Toyin got a fair escape, you know, from that whole situation, because prior to that time, they had not crossed paths. They had not seen each other. They had not had conversations. They had not even had a sit down, you know, to talk over their differences. But then on the day of her event, the luck Toyin had was that she had tendered an apology in the presence of everyone. Her parents were there, you know, so her hands were kind of tied, you know, to doing anything about it or to even saying anything about it or even questioning Toyin's motive. Yeah, so for her, they are still not really friends. Guys, when Chioma said what she said, I was wondering like, okay, Chioma, but after Toyin apologized to you and both of you hugged it out, both of you had a moment to sit down and have conversations. Now, what the camera did not show us was how long you both sat down to talk, but you both had your moment. So what we heard you say, what the camera showed us was you talking about, oh, you really appreciate what she did. Why didn't you question her motive at that point in time? Oh God. She did not stop there. She went ahead to talk about Toyin's lost pregnancy. According to her, she does not think Toyin was actually really pregnant. Yes.
She don't know where she was at that time. Like she was pregnant.
Was she?
She was pregnant.
I still don't believe that she was though.
Hey God. And then she was asking Laura, where's the evidence? And guys, Laura was shocked. Laura was speechless. I was equally shocked and speechless because I'm like, no, Chioma, that's a very, very insensitive thing to say. Considering the fact that Toyin actually lost this pregnancy, you have no right to make such comments. No. And frankly, I strongly believe that if Toyin hears this, she just might be very, very offended. She might be offended. And this might cause another fight during the reunion. And that is if that particular talk does not spill out to Toyin's ears before the end of the season. Because guys, I felt like, no, Chioma, I get it, you're very, very audacious, you're very, very vocal, but there are some things that you think about, yeah, and you leave it inside your head. Don't allow it to slip out of your tongue. Because I just felt like that was a very, very insensitive assumption to make. Very, very insensitive, you know, disregarding the sensitivity of the situation and the circumstances. That is very, very wrong. And even Laura was trying to tell her that no, that Toyin was actually heavy at that point in time. And Chioma was like, well, she still looks heavy. I'm like, Chioma, come on. Come on. People's body size and weight is very different. Yes, there are people that have miscarriages and they still look pregnant. Chioma, come on. You should know better. You should know better. Guys, I felt like that was very, very insensitive of Chioma. Frankly speaking, that was very insensitive. And she was even going ahead to tell Laura that, oh, okay, let me give you the benefit of that. I actually believed that you were pregnant. I'm like, well, you believed Laura was pregnant, but you did not believe Toyin was pregnant. Like, how is that even balanced at all? Make it make sense. And Laura said that, well, she doesn't know what Chioma is on about, but she was not pregnant last year, which is also quite confusing as well, because the same Laura, guys, I think at some point Laura revealed that she was pregnant. And I think there was a time I saw Laura at a supermarket in Lekki, and she was kind of pregnant. She had someone, you know, assisting her with her cart. Guys, you see, with these women, frankly speaking, you never know. And then Tanya joined them, and they were just, you know, going on and on about people that Tanya is able to relate with in the group. And she had mentioned that she's cool with everybody except Faith. You know, that for Faith, she feels like she doesn't really know Faith that well. She can't really say much about Faith's personality, you know, because she doesn't really talk much. So maybe if she speaks more, then maybe she'll be able to form a perception about Faith. But overall, she's cool with everybody. I'm like, okay, all well and good. But already, guys, from the trailer of this season, we've seen somebody calling somebody a raccoon. And from the look of things, it had looked like it was between Faith and Tanya. So I cannot wait to see what led to that, you know, to that raccoon conversation. I'm very much invested in that particular conversation. I told you all earlier, whilst that conversation was happening between Chioma, Laura, and Tanya, there was also the conversation between Toyin and Mariam for a bit before Faith joined them. Now, Mariam was asking about her reconciliation with Chioma, and according to Toyin, they are still at the level of acquaintances. Yes, that she does not think she can be really friends with someone like Chioma because of the way Chioma had actually referred to Laura as a client and not a friend. Yeah, that Chioma is not that one person that she would call for help if she found herself in a dire situation. And I'm like, hey God, these people can actually pretend show. People can actually form a front. Yes, because guys, I mean, for everybody that watched episode 2, we saw the reconciliation moment between Chioma and Toyin, and it looked really believable. Guys, frankly speaking, I really believed it, and I was gushing over it. I said it over here on this channel, yes. But now listening to what these two women are saying, I kind of totally understand, because guys, watching how season 1 panned out, you can't really call these two people friends, yes, but you can label them as acquaintances, and I feel like that's fine until they get to know each other better and completely, entirely resolve the issues between them. Because just as Chioma rightly said, you know, the hug, the apology, it was very much, you know, needed at that point in time at Chioma's event. But I think they still need to sit down and have proper conversations, you know, to get to the root of the matter, the issues between both of them. Because without the conversation, I don't think they will ever really achieve that level of friendship that the likes of Mariam is actually hoping that they would actually achieve. Faith joined them, Mariam gave the introductions, and Toyin was already talking about how, you know, they have a lot of things in common, you know, how they kind of like, she kind of likes the girl already. And there was a question of if she got married, when she got married and all whatnot. And from everything Faith said, turns out that she and Toyin have a lot of things in common. They had both gotten married at the age of 19. And guys, oh my God, you see that moment where Faith had actually shared the story of how she met her husband, how they got married, the chemistry between both of them, how the man changed her life, you know, and despite the fact that he's her ex, but she still, you know, respects him, accords him that regard. Guys, it was such a beautiful moment for me. I actually respect people that say nice things about people that they've actually had a fallout with. Yes, I'm not really a fan of people who are no longer on good terms with people, and then you look for every opportunity to drag them down, to bring them down, to say everything nasty about them. For me, I'm always thinking like, okay, when people were actually on good terms, at least it wasn't all negativity between both of you. There were actually the good times as well, you know. So I loved the fact that she said a lot of nice things about her husband, her ex-husband, and even admitted that before she met the man, anybody that had met her would not have called her pretty. Yeah, because the guy literally changed her life, helped her to learn a lot of things about herself, and, you know, just enjoy life the way it is. So guys, for me at that point in time, my regard for Faith like literally went to 100, because I said yes, yes, yes. No matter what happened between yourself and your ex, I mean, it's good that you can still speak good about him. Now, she gave the reason, though, of their separation. According to her, you know, he was kind of very controlling, but she didn't say much about that. And I really appreciated the fact that she didn't go into much details about how controlling or why he was being controlling over her. One hilarious part about that particular meeting was Faith coming through with her bouncer again. And it was very funny to Toyin, because Toyin was like, why are you coming with the bouncer? Is it that they've told you that I actually beat people, so you're scared that I'm going to beat you and all whatnot? But guys, I actually loved Toyin's reaction to Faith coming with her security protocol, way more than the reaction that Iyabo gave in episode 2. Because Iyabo was kind of condescending. Yeah, she was kind of condescending about it. You know, that whole comparison she made about her being a celebrity, a Nollywood actor, and it was okay for her to walk around with security, with a bouncer, other than Faith, who is none of that, guys. You know, I found it to be very, very disrespectful and condescending, you know. But with Toyin, she made jokes about it and they laughed about it. And guys, I felt like, okay, that's actually a good thing. Yeah, it's not every time, you know, you try to belittle people over their preferences in life. Yes, I have explained this before, that for Faith to want to be walking around with security, she has her own reasons. It could be from a past experience, who knows? It would have been better if these women had a conversation about it with her to find out her reasons, other than, you know, making sly remarks about it. But guys, what are your thoughts? Just go ahead, let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Next scene was a conversation between Mariam, Iyabo, and her friend Adiza at Mariam's house. So it turns out that Mariam's been trying to have another child because she has one already currently, so she's planning on having another child. And turns out that her friend Adiza actually has a set of twins via surrogacy from the US. So she is kind of, you know, towing that line of thought, and so she needed more education and enlightenment on the entire process, you know, that it involves. And so she was having that conversation with her friend. I'm kind of indifferent to people, you know, that want to have a child, however way they deem fit. But one thing I really appreciated about that particular scene is the enlightenment that came from there, you know, the information that came from there. And it still goes to buttress my point about my perception about this entire season. You know, there seems to be a lot of education going around, and I am loving it. There seems to be a lot more conversation, you know, going on about the intimate lives of these women, and I am loving it, guys. And as I said at the start of this video, it's making these women more relatable. Now, previously, looking at all the shenanigans that Mariam has been displaying from episode 1, I'll look at her and I'll call her mouthed. You know, all these small petite women that have big mouth, you know, they can talk, blah, 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 blah. I would already start giving her names already, but I feel like they are becoming more relatable. Now that we're getting to see other aspects of their lives, I think the show is making more sense, and I am loving it. Now, next scene, oh my God, was very hilarious. It was Dr. Romel again. Dr. Romel went for his final dance rehearsal before Faith's Botox event.
Good energy, good vibe, was natural.
What the fuck? Listen, guys, don't even try breaking your head over trying to understand what Dr. Romel was doing, because trust me, you will feel woefully. But one thing is certain, it was just very entertaining. And you know, the seriousness on his face. The seriousness on his face was it for me. It was just so adorable, the way he was just going about his business and dancing like it gives no F's to the world, guys. It was just so beautiful, and he actually gave such a beautiful performance, you know, at Faith's event. Now, talking about Faith's event, guys, oh my God. Faith was rescued by her mom. Yes, she was rescued by her mom, and it might seem as though we now have the newest latecomer of the group. Remember in season 1, Chioma was the latecomer of the group. She would come like 3 hours late with Caroline sometimes. She'd come like 2 hours late whilst all the other women were waiting. This time around, it was actually Faith. So Faith had organized this Botox event. I see it as a way of her, you know, introducing Dr. Romel to society, you know, to her friends, in a way kind of marketing her friend, you know, to let people understand that, okay, I have this friend that's a cosmetic doctor or surgeon, whatever they call them. Yes. And I would love for you to patronize him. if you want to, get a facelift or get fillers or get Botox. And guys, I really liked it. I really liked it. And it wasn't just an ordinary event. It was quite insightful, very, very informative, very, very educational. Yes, because of that Dr. Romel's session where he had used one of his models, to show how the process is done and the immediate results, and just to enlighten the women about the effects of it all. Let's talk about the women's arrival, guys. See, it was going to turn into war because these women all came early. Mariam had come early and she was already nagging and ranting in her confessionals about nobody welcoming her, no reception, nobody offering her a drink or water. And then there was Tanya. Mariam sort of infected Tanya with her nag, and there was also Iyabo came with this bitch resting face already. She came with this judgmental look, like she wanted to start judging Faith already. And then there was also Chioma also got into the whole the mood of the moment. And then later on Toyin came around, and guys, I felt like it was quite unfair that Faith kept those women waiting for over 3 hours. And truth be told, if it wasn't the fact that she came with her mom, hey God, guys, those women, they would have shredded her apart with criticisms, with basketballs, with, according to what's her name now, Iyabo, water, they would have shredded her to pieces. Yes, and guys, I just hope that she actually tendered a genuine apology. I didn't hear any apologies, but the women had to be respectful, to genuflecting and, greeting Faith's mom. But she was just very, very lucky. And another thing that actually rescued her from that, awkward situation was Dr. Romel. Dr. Romel came to present his dance piece. And guys, it was so funny, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was so adorable. And it was very obvious that he didn't even know what he was doing. He even said during his confessional that sometimes when you don't know what you're doing, just go with the flow, just do whatever. And I'm like, yes, doctor, just go ahead, bring it, give it, deliver. And he totally delivered. The ladies were entertained and they had a good laugh. And you see, just like Tanya said, it sort of succeeded in erasing that initial toxic mode, that atmosphere of anger that was already existing, due to the fact that Faith did not usher them well into the event and the fact that she was late. So it was quite an adorable dance that he actually presented. I loved it. And just as I tweeted, I need a Dr. Romel in my life because that man is a bundle of joy. Without him having to say anything, or even do much, he's already investing in the emotional banks of these women, and it's something really nice to see. And another thing I sort of decoded from that Dr. Romel's dance performance is a very, very clever man that just simply utilized that opportunity to market himself to these high-flying women, these high achievers, these rich Lagos women, these rich global women. Because guys, in case you don't understand what he did, let me tell you, you look at the character, the personality of Dr. Romel. He's a very classy man. He's a very well put together person, very bougie. He's got his own crowd. He's got this beautiful way of carrying himself. He's very, very well comported. But yeah, my lights just went off. So we're just going to have to continue this video without my lights, all right? So I will say that Dr. Romel has got a business to sell. And who is his target market? People with money. Guys, let's call this spade a spade. It's the people with money. Come on, it's the people with the money, people that need it, people that take their beauty routine very serious, people that are very passionate about keeping up appearances. And who better, who better to sell this market to than these women? And these women have also got friends. They've also got like a larger circle. So what he did was market himself to these women via that ridiculous dance that he presented. Yes, he was marketing himself. He was actually ridiculing himself, like bringing himself down to the barest minimum, indirectly telling them that, listen, I've got no shame. I can be your best friend. I can also be your doctor, but I want your money. So get this level of entertainment, get this dose of entertainment from me, but come and patronize my market. Come and buy my market. Come and get some lip fillers. Come and get some fillers. Come and get some Botox. Come and get a facelift. I'm here for you. Guys, that's the way I interpreted it all. And the women bought it. They loved it. Forget all the plenty things they were saying during their confessionals. I stand with Faith on this one. You know, Faith saying that, oh, she could see needle threading. She could see that some of the women, they've actually got some jobs done on their faces. Guys, it is true. Most of these celebrities, they do all of these things. And hey, guys, there's no crime in it. There's no crime in it. You know, but looking at all of these women just acting like Iyabo, look at me. I still look to I say, Iyabo, don't worry. Even if you get fillers, we won't tell anybody. Don't worry. Don't worry. But overall, I totally loved how Dr. Rommel sold himself to the women. And in my frank opinion, he succeeded because all of the women, they were gushing over him. They were liking him already. He looked like a teddy bear, you know, in a toy shop. Everybody wants to have him. Everybody wants to grab him. And guys, that is how to get into the circle of these women. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all about this particular episode of the Real Housewives of Lagos, episode 3. I would love to hear from all of you. So just go ahead, share with me your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on another episode soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.